Gilbert Melendez here with MMAWeekly.com. Gilbert, thank you for taking the time. You just finished lunch. Are you full, or think you can eat more being on the Dolce diet and everything?
I'm satisfied. Let's just put it that way. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Now, you got a pretty big fight coming up here. Your second fight in the UFC against Diego Sanchez. Tell me about that fight. What are your thoughts on it?
My thoughts on this fight is it's going to be a very competitive fight. You know, Diego's someone that I think is a pioneer in the sport, and you know, brings a lot of heart into the cage, a lot of courage into the cage, and is always a dangerous opponent, and someone I respect his style. You know, more than guys who have been sometimes a little bit more successful than him. I respect his style. So both of our styles are aggressive. You know, we're that warrior type of guy. No one really wants to back down at the end of the day, and I think a lot of pride is on the line here, and I think it makes for a great matchup.
Now, he's one of those guys that, and we were talking about this earlier, that's pretty out there.
Yeah,
you know,
yes.
He's doing cartwheels, saying yes, 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 and all that type of stuff. You know, what goes through your mind when you know you're going to get into a cage with a guy like this and fight him?
Yeah, no, I'm a pretty easygoing guy, so you know, I like all kinds of personalities, but you know, I'm actually going in the cage with the madman is what I'm thinking. You know, this is a madman. It literally is a madman. I've seen this guy get his face smashed in, and he keeps coming, and you know, which makes me take a deep breath. And you know, I know I'm getting into there with the, you know, I am getting there with a crazy guy who really truly believes, you know, he can win and he could be the best in the world, and that goes a long way.
Do you adjust yourself for that type of style, or do you change what you do in order to combat that, or do you stick to your game plan and just go with that?
Yeah, I do my work at home, you know what I mean? I go do my work at home, and I kind of leave everything out besides his fight tapes. You know, I don't go look at his, you know, cartwheel sessions or his meditation sessions or what he's saying on Twitter or what his interviews are or how much harder he's training for this fight, or, you know, these are just things I'm assuming everyone says for every fight is why I'm saying it. But I just do my homework, and I do, you know, which is watch the tapes and adjust to the style, and I train my ass off and just make sure I'm prepared and know I'm gonna, you know, perform to the best of my ability that night. So no, I don't get into it too much, but he's just an interesting cat, so I can't help it, like, you know, be somewhat intrigued. You know what I mean? Now,
you guys have a little bit of a history. After you signed the bout agreement, or even when you received the bout agreement, did you say, wow, you know, this is somebody I know, I have second thoughts or hesitations about this? Or are you full on, this is the type of fight I want, this is what I'm going to go for?
Yeah, no hesitation, but there probably would have been a little bit of hesitation because I was starting to build a relationship with him. And, you know, and there was nothing that went sour except he dropped to the 155-pound division years ago, you know, went on that pursuit and went for the title run, and he did get to fight BJ Penn. So I kind of just, you know, just kind of disconnected a little bit with them because of that. You know, I knew it would be a little conflict of interest and it would be bad for the future. And here we are, now we're fighting each other, and you know, I'm kind of happy because, you know, even though he's, you know, people say what he was, I liked him. You know, he was a cool guy and he was all right with it, so you know, I'm glad we didn't really get that tight and build that relationship too tight. So I have no problem fighting him, and I have no problem trying to kill him. And you know, again, I'm more interested. I also think, you know, I think he's an intriguing guy. Like, I like his story. It makes me laugh. Whatever. You know, I don't dislike him or nothing. But I have no problem coming this Saturday trying to kill him.
And can you elaborate on the funny thing on Twitter about him, you, Dolce? Yeah. And why Dolce wasn't returning his calls?
Yeah, I'm laughing. You know, as you know, I feel like you know, I don't look at people's Twitters as much. You know, I'm human. Maybe I have here and there, but you know, I know he kind of, you know, checks it out a little bit. I feel like he's following me sometimes, you know, or whatever. You know, but you know, I'm using the Dolce diet. Mike Dolce has been helping me, giving me some input, and been helping my wife and I prepare for this fight.
Your wife too?
Well, my wife has been cooking for me, and
okay.
She has dialogue with him. But yeah, she's on it. She's eating, but she has a lot more cheat days than I do. but you know, they had that dialogue, and you know, I tweeted something out, and you know, and then, you know, hey, you know, and I guess, you know, Diego must be following me or something, because he's like, he said at Dolce Diet, no wonder why this guy hasn't been answering my phone calls. And then he's like, you know, he said nothing bad. He just said something along the lines of, you know, cutting weight's the first fight of the fight, you know, and I just can't help but freaking laugh, dude. You know, like, this guy's out of control, you know. I just chuckle at it, you know. Though it doesn't faze me, it doesn't make me softer, it doesn't make me more angry or anything. Like, I got my eyes on the prize, and you know, that's just to win.
How's it feel kind of having a stalker on Twitter?
Yeah, that's what I said. I had to block him. No, I'm just kidding, dude. And he's, yeah, it made me laugh a little bit, dude. I was like, he's watching me a little bit. But, you know, I think some guys do that. You know, they just watch and watch every move, and, you know, they are analyzing every single movement. You know, I'm at peace in my mind. I know I'm doing what I need to do to get ready, and I know I'm freaking ready for this fight. So, you know, but you know, him on there, I should, you know, maybe let him know I'm eating a bunch of donuts or something like that, you know? I don't know.
Now, obviously, fight predictions are something that's, you know, asked of a lot of fighters, but we're going to ask you, and if you could let the viewers at MMAWeekly.com know, how do you think you're going to win this fight?
I think this fight is evenly matched in a lot of ways, you know, but I think what's going to make the difference is, you know, I have evolved over the years as a fighter. I think I'm an intelligent fighter, and I think, you know, I'm going to show some intelligence and some evolution out there, and, you know, I think it's a war, and, you know, I think I have potential to be the first guy to finish Diego, and, you know, I'm planning on going for that, and I plan on bringing the pace up a little bit, but I do plan on getting the W no matter what.
Gil, thanks for talking with MMAWeekly.com.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for having me, guys.